Hi everyone, in this video I'll be going through chapter 6 binomial theorem with reference to set B revision set B questions. Okay, so for this chapter you must make sure you have your binomial theorem formulas here. You need to know how to use and when to apply these different formulas given from your formula sheet. Okay, let's start by set B question B1. Okay, I won't go through part 1. Expand 2 minus x the whole thing power 7. This is very standard. Make sure you know how to identify your A and B correctly first with reference to your formula over here. Okay, in this case here, my A is equal to 2, my B is equal to negative 7. Remember, it includes the sign over here. Okay, so this is part 1. Very simple, you can just look at the solution here. I won't go through how to expand this part. Okay, I'll go through part 2 instead. Using your result in part I, estimate a value of 1.99 power 7 correct to 3 decimal places. So if I were to compare, right, if I were to compare 2 minus x the whole thing power 7 compared to 1.99 the whole thing power 7, how are they different? This means that over here, this means that 2 minus x must be equals to 1.99. And if I want to get 1.99, in this case here, x must be equals to 0.01. Okay, so over here, therefore, replace x by 0.01. Okay, in this case over here, I'll get 1.99 power 7 will be simply this expression over here, but I replace my x, okay, remember your plus dot dot dot, okay, I replace the x here by 0.01. So I'll estimate, I cannot use the equal sign over here. This will be roughly, because I'm not using all the terms, I'm only using the first 3 terms to estimate. Okay, this will be simply 128 minus 448 times 0.01. In this case, plus 672 times 0.01 the whole thing squared. Okay, so therefore, round off to 3 decimal places. By estimation, this should be 123.587, round off to 3 dp. Okay, and this is your solution to part 2. Okay, last part 3. Find the value of the constant k for which the coefficient of x squared is 616 in the expansion of k minus x times 2 minus x the whole thing power 7. So let's rewrite the expansion first. In this case over here, okay, I need more space. I'm gonna get more. Okay, so over here I'm gonna write the expansion 2 minus x. Oops, yeah. K minus x times 2 minus x the whole thing power 7. This is the same as k minus x times 2 minus x. I found the expansion earlier. 128 minus 448x plus 672x squared plus dot dot dot. Okay, so over here, therefore, okay, I want to find the coefficient of x squared. How do I get x squared term? It is very simply, this k here will have to multiply to this x squared term here in this expansion, and this negative x must multiply to my x term here. Okay, so very simply over here, this k term will have to multiply to my x squared term. Okay, x squared term here. Okay, and over here, negative x will have to multiply to negative 448x. So this is how I observe what term do I need to know to multiply by what. And to get my x squared term, this is simply dot 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 plus k times 672x squared. Then after that, plus negative x times negative 448x. Then plus dot dot dot. There are much more expansions, but I don't need to worry about those. I just need to focus on my x squared term. Okay, so therefore, I can simply simplify this over here. This is simply plus 672kx squared plus 448x squared plus dot dot dot. Okay, so therefore, very simply over here, this means that therefore, coefficient of my x squared term is simply equals to 672k plus 448. And I'm given that this coefficient is actually 616. Then from here, I can simply solve for k. Therefore, 672k in this case is equal to 616 minus 448. Okay, so over here, this means that 672k is equal to 168. Therefore, divide both sides by 672, k is equal to 1 over 4. And that is your answer to question 1. Okay. Alright, let's now move on to question number 2. Okay, question number 2 here. In the expansion of this binomial expansion here, find the middle term. Okay, so over here, in this expansion here, note that since power is 8, there are how many terms? There are 9 terms. Okay, so over here, therefore, middle term is term number 5. Or how you can get this is simply, in this case here, this is simply 9 plus 1 divided by 2 to find the middle term, which is the 5th term. Okay, so over here, in case you are not sure how to visualize, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5, term 6, term 7, term 8, term 9. Okay, the middle term in this case is term number 5. Okay, so over here, how do I do that first? Very simply, what we can do first is that if I know that if it's term number 5, right, actually you can straight away determine that if it's term number 5, the R, remember R stands for position, R is simply equals to 4. Okay, so over here, from this expansion here first, a square over square root x minus square root x over a, whole thing power 8. Okay, let's first find a general term first. Tn, general term, is simply equals to, based on your general formula, 8 choose R, okay, times a square over the first term here, a square over square root x, the whole thing power 8n minus r, which is 8 minus r, times negative square root x over a, the whole thing power r. So let's simplify this step by step so you don't get confused. Okay, so over here very simply, okay, I can simplify this to become 8 choose r. Okay, I can bring in this power over here. So in this case over here, I bring in the power to my numerator and denominator. Okay, this will give me a, this will be 16 minus 2r over square root x can be written as x power half. So this is x power half times 8 minus r. Okay. And in this case over here, I can split this apart to make it easier. This can be split into negative 1 over a, the whole thing power r, times square root x, the whole thing power r. Okay, this is split into, maybe I write this clearly. This is split into these two terms here. Okay, because they have the same power, so therefore this can combine together and it's split apart as such. Okay, so from here, let's continue to simplify. Okay, over here I will get over here 8 choose r times, over here I have a power 16 minus 2r, denominator is x power 4 minus half r, okay, times negative 1 over a, the whole thing power r. Okay, actually I can rewrite this to make it even easier. Okay, this can be simply rewritten as negative 1, the whole thing power r, times, in this case over here will be a power negative 1, the whole thing power r. Okay, this is split apart from these two terms to get this. Okay, then times square root x is simply x power r over 2. Okay, this is from here. Okay, then after that, to make life easier, I'll now combine all the x terms together. Okay, so over here, if I were to combine the x terms together, okay, we make this easier. How can I make this easier? I can rewrite these terms to become, in this case over here, okay, 8 choose r, a power 16 minus 2r. Okay, in this case over here, I'll get, okay, this negative 1 power I can shift in front first. Okay, this negative 1 power r. Okay, then from here, okay, yeah. Okay, so over here I can actually rewrite these terms here. Okay, this will be a power 16 minus 2r times, in this case here, to break this out from the denominator, I just need to apply a negative 1 to the power. So this will be x power half r minus 4. Okay, times, this case over here, this is a power negative r times x power r over 2. Okay, so very simply, therefore, simplify everything to make life easier. Okay, this is simply equals to 8 choose r times negative 1 power r times, I combine the a powers, base a first, this will become a power, 16 minus 2r minus r, this will be 16 minus 3r. Okay, then after that, times x, combine the powers together, half r minus 4 plus another half r, I'll get x power r minus 4. And this is my general term formula. Okay, if you simplify correctly, you should get this simplified form over here. Okay, so therefore, now I want to find what is the middle term for part 1. Middle term is when, in this case, we have established middle term is when r is equal to 4. Because it is the fifth term, position number is 4. So over here, when r is equal to 4, I'm finding term number 5. Okay, so therefore this is 8 choose 4, negative 1 power 4, a power 16 minus 3 times 4 is 12, times x power 4 minus 4. Okay, therefore, I simplify this very easily. I should get, in this case over here, 70 a power 4. And that is the answer for part 1. Okay, next one, part 2. Find the coefficient of x 1 over x. In this case here, my x power is x power negative 1. Okay, so over here, for part 2, since I know that this is my general term, okay, I want my x power here to be negative 1. So for part 2 here, I'll let r minus 4 be equals to negative 1. I find out what's the position. I realize that r will be equals to 3. The position of the term is term number 3 when x power is negative 1. Okay, so from here I continue to simplify. So therefore, when r is equal to 3, this will be term number 4 equals to 8 choose 3, negative 1 power 3 times over here, a power 16 minus 9 times x power 3 minus 4. Okay, our final answer should be negative 56 a power 7 over x. Therefore, to answer the question, therefore, coefficient of 1 over x is negative 56 a power 7. Okay, and that is the answer to part 2. Alright, so this is for question number 2. Let's now move on to question number 3. Okay, question number 3 over here, part 1 I won't go through because it's very standard. It's just testing your algebraic manipulation and simplification skills of certs. Okay, so over here part 1 is as such. I'll go through part 2. Hence expand this. Okay, so in part 1 you have shown that 2 plus root 3 the whole thing power 5 will give you this answer over here. Okay, over here how do I therefore hence expand? Hence question means I make use of this part here. Okay, since I know that this will give me this, therefore to get 2 minus root 3 power 5, simply replace positive root 3 by negative root 3. So therefore, very simply, therefore 2 minus root 3, the whole thing power 5, is simply equals to 362. I turn this root 3 into negative root 3, it will be minus 209 root 3. Okay, and this is for the first part. Okay, then the next part. And show that this is the reciprocal of this. Reciprocal means 1 over something. So reciprocal of this, we must show that the reciprocal of 2 plus root 3 the whole thing power 5 can be obtained to be this form over here. How do I do that? So let's start. Okay, reciprocal of 2 plus root 3 the whole thing power 5 is simply equals to 1 over 2 plus root 3 the whole thing power 5. Okay, how do I now? I need to show that this can turn into this thing over here. How do I do that? Let's do it step by step. Okay, in part 1 I've shown that the denominator here can be rewritten as this form here. So let's rewrite that. This is the same as 1 over 362 plus 209 root 3. Okay. Next step. How do I get rid of cert in the denominator? Simply rationalize this by multiplying the conjugate. Conjugate is 362 minus 209 root 3. Okay. Likewise here, 362 minus 209 root 3. So simplify this, I'll get 362 minus 209 root 3 over, denominator is a plus b times a minus b, I'll get 362 square minus 209 root 3, the whole thing square. Okay, and one interesting thing, if you press this in your calculator, you'll notice that the denominator here, this is equal to 1. And therefore, this means that this is equal to 362 minus 209 root 3, which we have shown from the first part here. This is the same as this. So therefore, this is equal to 2 minus root 3, the whole thing power 5. So therefore, we have answered the question. Okay, this means that therefore, okay, 2 minus root 3, the whole thing power 5, 2 minus root 3, the whole thing power 5, is the reciprocal of 2 plus root 3, the whole thing power 5. Okay, I hope you can understand. Okay, in this case, the reciprocal of this is 1 over this, 2 plus root 3 power 5. And I show that the reciprocal of here can be turned into this. Therefore, the reciprocal of this 2 plus root 3 power 5 is simply 2 minus root 3 power 5. And this is the answer to question number 3. Okay. Alright, so let's now quickly move on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4 here. In this expansion here, the coefficient of x and x squared are negative 112 and 80 respectively. Find the integer value of a and b. Okay, very simply, let's start by the simple expansion first. Okay, since I'm only given coefficient of x squared, I just need to find the expansion up to x squared. Let's start from 1 plus a power x, the whole thing power 6. Okay, this can be written as 1 plus 6 choose 1. 1 power 6 times a power x plus 6 choose 2. 1 power 5 times a power x, the whole thing sorry, this one should be this is square. Okay, oops, this is 5, this is 4. Okay, then plus dot dot dot. Okay, so therefore I simplify this is simply 1 plus 6ax plus 15a square x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, likewise for the other one, 2 plus bx, the whole thing power 5. This is simply equals to 2 power 5 plus 5 choose 1 times 2 power 4 times bx plus 5 choose 2, 2 power 3 times bx, the whole thing square plus dot dot dot. Okay, therefore 2 power 5 is simply 32 plus 80bx plus 80b square x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, so therefore in the expansion here, 1 plus ax power 6 times 2 plus bx, the whole thing power 5 is simply equals to 1 plus 6ax plus 15a square x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, times 32 plus 80bx plus 80b square x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, alright, so therefore from here, this part is very tedious, so I won't go through everything. Okay, all you need to do is simply to expand out everything step by step. So over here, this 1 will multiply to these 3 terms first. Okay, so therefore this will give me 32 plus 80 bx plus 80b square x square. Then next term here, 6ax will multiply to 32 and to 80bx, because these 2 terms will give me the up to the x square term. Okay, so this will give me plus 192ax plus 480abx square. Then the last one, 15ax a square x square multiplied to 32. Don't need to multiply to the rest because the x power will be more than 2 already. The last one is plus 480 a square x square plus dot dot dot. Okay, then from here you can simplify everything with the same x or x squared power. Answer should be 32 plus 80b plus 192a x plus, next one is 80b squared plus 480ab plus 480a squared x squared plus dot dot dot. Okay, so what you are given is that given coefficient of x is negative 112. So therefore you are given that 80b plus 192a equals to negative 112. Okay, you are also given that 80b squared plus 480ab plus 480a squared is equal to 80. Okay, numbers are very big. Simplify the numbers to make it easier. I'll get 12b plus 5b equals to negative 7. And in this case, here, divide by 80, I'll get b squared plus 6ab plus 6a squared equals to 1. Okay, so over here I have two equations. Equation 1, I call this here is equation 2. Solve them simultaneously. I won't go through the simultaneous part here. Solve them simultaneously, you should get your final answer here by substitution or elimination. In this case over here, this one should be 12a. Okay, solve them simultaneously, then you should get a equals to negative 1 and b equals to 1. Okay, this should be your final answer by solving these two simultaneous equations.